The final frantic hours of pre-Christmas shopping are getting underway as we speak, and Freeman Hall, who spent 2 decades in retail sales, is an expert on this kind of thing. He is the author of a brand new book, Retail Hell: How I Sold My Soul to the Store, Confessions of a Tortured Sales Associate. Bitter? I don't know. Are we? I guess you saw the worst in people in your 20 years.
And today there's going to be a lot of that out there, but it was a really, this is about my scary experiences in retail.
So the common thinking is that Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, is the busiest shopping day, but in your experience it's actually today.
It's actually today, because a week ago, people really weren't thinking about it, and tomorrow it's going to be too late. So today, everybody's waking up going, "Oh crap, I've got to do my shopping," and Black Friday is big for the Walmarts and the discount stores.
Right. There's not, I guess, the frantic sense. So I guess today is not only the busiest day, but the day that you see people kind of at their worst. They're
stressed out. They're Grinches and Scrooges, and they just want to get in and get their stuff, and then they're not finding their stuff because things are sold out and things are a mess. And yeah, so it's very difficult.
What's one story that comes to mind? I mean, I know you have so many funny ones in the book.
Well, I sold handbags for over 15 years at a high-end store, and in this store, customers always like to think that they were right. There's that phrase, the customer is always right. So sometimes, to get through the job, you have to let the customers be right. So I had a woman come in who was looking for a brownish purple handbag, and it was around this time of the year. And I showed her all the brown bags. Oh, that doesn't have enough purple. I showed her all the purple bags. Oh, that doesn't have enough brown. So finally she got angry and she started yelling at me and saying, "You don't know what you're talking about. Where did you get your training? Why are you in here? Men shouldn't be selling handbags." And so that's why in my mind I just decided, well, I'm going to let her be right. So I went, "Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Burple. That's the hot new color for fall. Madonna's wearing it, Cameron
Did she
Diaz."
believe you?
And she's like, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, it's called Burple.
Oh,
you want to write that down?" And I go, "I think if you go to the store at the other end of the mall and go in and ask for Burple, they'll know exactly what you're talking about."
So that was one way that the sales associate coped with the madness. Let's talk about ways that the customer can cope with the madness
especially today. Yeah,
Number
it's
one,
crazy
you
out there today.
say, don't fear the lines. What do you mean by that? Because I know my number one pet peeve when I go holiday shopping is people who are in line like this. And I may have been guilty of that maybe once in my life.
Right, exactly. Well,
what do you mean by don't fear the lines?
Well, today, if you're going out, it's all hands on deck. Retailers have everybody working today. And so the line might look huge, but they're going to have like 10 registers open. So the line's going to go faster than a normal day would go.
Okay. Number two, greet the sales associate.
Yeah, greet the sales. There's so many times as a sales associate where you say hello to a customer and they walk right on by you like you're a ghost, like you don't exist. And if you say hello to the sales associate, they're going to help you and they're going to show you, what you need to find. And if you're nice to them, they might even tell you about a coupon that they have. They might give you a discount that you didn't know about. So it really pays to be nice to the sales associate.
Literally sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it's their holiday too, and they're working, and they're dealing with all of you people. Right?
Exactly.
All of us people, because I'm going to the store later. And lastly, practice random acts of retail kindness.
Yes. Like you said, all the retail associates are working so hard, and I like to practice random acts of retail kindness by going into a store and doing something nice to help them. Pick something up off the floor, don't run it over with your cart. One Christmas I was working and I was helping this couple with a wallet, and I went to ring it up and I turned around and she was straightening all the wallets. And they were a huge mess, just a mound.
Nice.
And so I was like, "Ma'am, you don't have to do that." And she's like, "No, I like doing it." She was colorizing it and putting them by vendor too. It was crazy.
That's really nice.
And it really made my day. So, doing something nice to help them. And then if you see a sales associate getting yelled at, I always loved it when customers in line would make faces at the back of the head of the person that was yelling. So it made me feel better. And just,
Freeman Hall, thanks. Congrats on the book.
Thank you
it is
so
hysterically
much.
funny.
Oh, thank
and happy
you
holidays.
so much. You too.
And the hot color this year is
Burple.
Burple again?
I think everybody should ask for it today.
We'll go for it. To read an excerpt of Retail Hell, just go to our website. It's earlyshow.cbsnews.com.